So today we're going to be talking about Rockstar quite a bit. So the first thing we have to cover, there is a voice recording from the CEO of Rockstar that has apparently leaked. And in this voice recording, he discusses the reveal and launch of GTA6, namely the actual dates. So the reveal date is supposedly October 23rd this year, and the launch date is October next year, 2024. But that being said, technology has advanced wildly these past few years, namely in AI. So people aren't sure if this is a genuine voice recording or someone's just taken his voice and made it into a sentence. A lot of stuff up in the air. So my question to you boys, do you think this is legit? And do you think come October 23rd, we're going to get our first official look at GTA 6? Phil, coming across to you.
Complete tosh, mate. I don't believe it. And isn't it amazing what you can do with AI now? Now, I'm using it at work to make some decisions. Now, it's just incredible technology. I think everyone is sort of leaning into it and playing with it, messing, seeing what the capabilities are. I don't know if you guys have heard of Adobe Firefly, but that application is absolutely mind-blowing what you can actually get out of it. So I'm not surprised stuff like this is starting to creep through. I think we're going to see more of it. Unfortunately, I think we're going to see more and more of this as the AI technology improves. And unfortunately, I think we're going to be discussing more of these, in rumor has it, in the future of this podcast, because they're just going to get more sophisticated with it. I think this is complete tosh. No go.
Complete tosh. I'm amazed you didn't give us your signature, my friend. I thought I was 100% coming along. Davey, mate, are you going to drop one on us, or do you believe it?
I 100% believe it. 100%. I think this is way too good for AI. This guy's voice isn't like the same as like Joe Rogan's or anyone else that you can, or like any of the president's speeches where you can really use AI and just, milk the fucking, get him to say whatever you want. There's not that much stuff out there for this guy in comparison to someone who's got like a podcast or someone who's doing a speech every single day. There's not that much. Plus, there's also the case that when this originally went round in the news, it was taken down. The leaked recording was taken off the internet. It was actually put down by Take-Two themselves. That's all the proof you need, lads. I mean, this is confirmed. As far as I'm concerned, I would put shots on the line for this. I put shots on the line that's coming out next year in October, and that we're going to get the reveal before the end of the year. I'm quite happy to put that down if anyone wants to take that bet.
I want to take the bet, but at the same time, I've already got too many of my own bets going on with the PlayStation Slim and the bloody the disc drive being removable. I want to take you up, but at the same time, I won't, because I got too much at risk. And also, I agree. Completely agree. Like you said, there is just not enough voice clips out there for this guy. I mean, you can do it with very few now. With the way the AI is advancing, it's actually really quite horrible. All the stuff that's going on. There's so many clips of the presidents playing Call of Duty together. Or there's people have taken Joe Rogan podcast to falsely advertise stuff. It's a mess.
One of the best ones I've heard, and I don't know if you guys have heard it yet, Davey. I know you're a fan of Arnold Schwarzenegger, but he has his own podcast, which he actually doesn't do. It's absolutely mad. So it's the Arnold Schwarzenegger workout podcast, where he talks about motivational kind of speeches and kind of like, things that have happened to him in the past. But actually, it's licensed by Arnold, but they've just got a bunch of kind of older voice recordings, as you said, and they've just run it through AI and created a podcast on it. It's absolutely incredible. I would recommend that. Not to recommend too many other podcasts on our podcast. Listen to ours first, then the Arnold Schwarzenegger one. But yeah, if you do listen to it, let me know what you think about that in the comments, guys.
I tell you what, if no one else is taking me up on this bet, that's absolutely fine. That is no problem at all. But what I will say is that any game releasing next year, get the fuck out the way of October. Get out of the way of November. Even COD will shit its boots at GTA coming out. GTA 5 is still in like the top 10 every single month, and that game's been out for what feels like my entire fucking life. No, people still buy that game by the droves. for GTA Online. GTA 6 is going to be insane. It's going to be absolutely, it's one of the only times whenever Rockstar come out from their hibernation and they just come out with a fucking nuke drop, everyone takes notice and everyone runs scared. So I got a feeling with this going out there, whatever Sony's plans are for next year, they will be like, right, well, all of Q3, Q4's off the table because you do not want to get anywhere near this. The thing I want to ask you guys, actually, I know we got a lot more news with this to cover. Do you think that there's the rumors that there's going to be a state of play or a big kind of Sony showcase? Do you think they've ponied up and actually bought this as a marketing deal? Not saying exclusivity, they'd never be able to afford that, no way. But do you think they'll have it that they'll have, like they've done with GTA 5 subsequently, where it's being advertised through PlayStation, where they get like the new raids are being shown with a PlayStation teaser on the end? Do you think Sony will put out the money and try and get GTA 6 to have that for the stinger? Not saying we'll get any exclusive content for it or anything, but just that it would then have the trailer and then say PlayStation at the end. What do you reckon?
Just like our podcast intro. PlayStation. I mean, probably, but it's a rumor on a rumor. It's a double rumor. That's like so hard to say if that's what we think is going to happen. I mean, it makes sense because they teamed up in the past, but it's Rockstar, man. They can do whatever they want. Literally anything. They could be like, actually, we're going to go to Xbox this time because, funnily enough, Xbox is chucking out billions on billions on billions. And Sony are going to be like, yeah, nah, we ain't going to do that. Even for a GTA 6 deal, Sony ain't got that money. So, I mean, it depends. I think they have a good relationship with Rockstar. So I could see it happening very much so if this is true and the state of play happens as well. Double rumor. That's outrageous. But I do believe it, yeah. I very much think it could be that case.
Just going back to what I said earlier, I found the name of the podcast and this will make you laugh. It's called Arnold's Pump Club. Okay, so that's the AI-generated Arnold Schwarzenegger podcast. So make sure you listen to that one, obviously after ours. But going back to the question you actually posed me, can I believe this? Rumor on a rumor? I could believe this. Yeah, of course. I don't see why you wouldn't see the PlayStation logo at the end of the next Grand Theft Auto advert. Definitely. It's a mature relationship that Sony have with Rockstar. We've seen it done before, so I don't understand why it would stop, unless, of course, Xbox were to come in with the big bucks, as Spencer identified, and sort of buy that opportunity to attach their brand to the next GTA, because we know, as much as I'm not a massive GTA fan, that's going to be unicorn dust. It's going to be absolutely incredible for the gaming sphere that we all live in. If anyone can attach themselves to GTA, it's just going to blow up and it's going to make buck after buck after buck.
Have to wait and see. Oh man, if they had that in a state of play or a showcase, that's breaking the internet. Rockstar don't need to do that. Just like COD, they just have their, COD Next or whatever, and they just announce it themselves. They don't need anyone else to do it. They got enough hype. But if I was Sony, that's where you put your money. And you get it in like a state of play or a showcase. Fuck me. Oh my God, it'd be insane. It'd be absolutely insane. But sorry, I know you got loads more GTA and Rockstar rumors to go through, Spence. So lay on me.
Yeah, the next two, to be fair, aren't as conversation worthy. So the next two will probably go by quite quick. But the other one, GTA 6, is actually rumored. And I think this is a wild rumor, but I think it's also fantastic and really smart at the same time. The game is rumored to feature the Joe Rogan podcast as an in-game radio station. The issue with it is, I think, they'd need to change the way the radio stations work. Because if it just chucks you into a random point in a random episode of Joe Rogan, I might not want to listen to it. I listen to very specific episodes of Joe Rogan where it's a guest that I'm interested in. Otherwise, I don't listen to him. So I wouldn't be listening to it too much. But you'd always check. It's the station you'd always check when you boot the game. Be like, oh, who's he got on? And then if it's someone you want, you'd be like, oh, you wouldn't actually even do anything. Just sit in your car, just driving around listening to a nice old podcast. I think that is wild. Do you boys think the Joe Rogan show will actually be a radio station in this game? Davey, what do you think?
100%. Yeah, the Joe Rogan experience. I mean, the thing about it is it won't be like the Joe Rogan experience is It won't be. It'll be a caricature on that, because they all are. So it'd be like taking the piss. And Joe Rogan, first and foremost, is a comedian. That's what he does. He does stand-up. I think they could just get him on, and it would just be all the ludicrous stuff that he says on his podcast, where he's like, yeah, aliens built the pyramids. Have you seen this fight? Have you seen this bear? This man went up and punched a bear. And it would be all just the bollocks stuff, just written by either him and Rockstar together, that would just be really fucking funny and entertaining. There would be like 15 minutes a pop, and it would be those moments like the Laszlo show was on like GTA 3 and Vice City and all those, where I'd be driving to a destination and I'd just stop the car and just listen to it, and just sit in the car and just listen to it for ages, because it would just be cracking me up all the time. It would be that. And I think Joe Rogan would be a perfect fit for GTA 6. You know, modern day, it's the biggest podcast in the world. Everyone knows Joe Rogan, even if you don't like him. And yeah, to me, this makes perfect sense. And Rockstar got the cash to be able to chuck in the money. And I'm sure that Joe Rogan would be like, yeah, I'll do it, because it'd be a laugh. So why the hell not? It's a dream come true, I think.
I don't even think he'd ask for a lot of money. I mean, before they had the GTA 5 money, Rockstar got Cara Delevingne to bloody do the voice for the radio. She's the girl you hear all the time on the radio in GTA 5. So she probably cost an arm and a leg. I don't think Joe Rogan would even charge that much as Cara Delevingne. I think he'd just think it's fun and good exposure for himself. So he'd probably do it well cheap. And all the content's already there. Lovely. But Phil, what do you reckon? Do you reckon this is something that's actually going to be in the game?
Yeah, and I completely agree with Davey on his sort of sentiment that it wouldn't be an existing show or anything, or reruns of past shows. You would get something pre-recorded specifically for GTA. But if I'm playing GTA and I'm scanning through the radio, I don't think it's the Joe Rogan podcast I'd want to be listening to. It's Arnold's Pump Club, baby. Bring it on.
Get us on it. I'd love to do that. It'd just be our questions, bro. I'd do it for free. Chuck it on, and we'd just come up, we'd just sit down for like a day or two and just lay out like 15 hypotheticals. And boom, done. And I'd do it literally for free. Rockstar, if you're listening, I'd do it just for the crack of it. I love listening to my own voice as well. I could play all GTA, just listen to my own hypotheticals. It'd be class.
That's ridiculous. What I want them to do is, they did something in GTA 5 on PC specifically, which was, there's a folder in the game files where you can drop your own music in there. And then there's a new radio station then when you go in the game, and you've got all the music you've added on a loop. I want them to kind of, for GTA 6, add a radio station that syncs to your Spotify or something. And I think that would be immense.
You're a genius. You're an absolute genius, because Joe Rogan is signed by Spotify already. Have it just like, you just hook up your Spotify to it and it just comes out the in-game audio. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I know that you can just listen to Spotify while you're playing any game on PlayStation anyway, but yeah, build that in so it just syncs up. You sign up and sync it all up, and it just plays your like songs or whatever you want to do. Yeah, 100%, 100%. That's gotta be a way to do it. Spencer, you're a goddamn fucking genius.
Hire me, Rockstar. Hire me for that one idea alone. I'll never contribute to anything else, but that's a belter of an idea, Rockstar. Trust me, you know it is. Copyright that now. I gotta put a trademark on that right now. But we do have one last thing to talk about with Rockstar, and that is that Red Dead Redemption 3 has been confirmed by Rockstar's parent company. Now, I've not played any of the Red Deads. I'm not sure if any of us actually have, but Red Dead Redemption 3 is now confirmed, 100% happening, which makes sense, because 1 and 2 both sold gangbusters. But it's weird to announce this so soon, I think. But it's confirmed. So, don't know if you boys actually want to go into this.
I think it's just a no-brainer, isn't it? I think the thing to think about, though, with this is that you're not going to see this anytime soon. GTA 6 is their big focus. It's going to be miles off. I mean, Rockstar, just like with Naughty Dog, they're in the same echelon in terms of being able to take their sweet-ass time. They've earned that. They got that renown. And I think, to be honest, out of all of gaming, Rockstar are probably that studio that just does not miss. I can't think of a time they've missed, I think, ever. And that's just wild to think of. I mean, even like GTA 4 wasn't as good as the rest. Still fucking incredible. I honestly can't think... You know, everyone was saying the best game on PS4 gen is Red Dead 2. I've never played it. But yeah, I mean, Christ. Rockstar, just keep bringing the hits, bro. Just keep doing what you do. And this is, yeah, no surprise, but also welcome news for those that love that entire Wild West escapade.
Sure. I do have maybe one little question regarding this. Do you think this is Red Dead 3? Or do you think it's an Undead Nightmare standalone kind of thing? Do you think it's actually a full game?
Yeah, I think it will be. They seem to be a case anyway, judging by their last two releases in GTA 5 and Red Dead 2, that they're going away from having these like kind of DLC kind of segments. Like GTA 4 had like the Ballad of Gay Tony, and then as you mentioned, Undead Nightmares. And then you had like Undead Nightmares that came to Red Dead 1. They haven't really done that for Red Dead 2 or for GTA 5. So, they've updated it with extra content, extra online capability, extra online modes, but they don't seem to do that anymore. So I can't see that happening, to be honest.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Phil, do you have any thoughts on this?
Well, Spence, this was inevitable. A lot like the sun rising in the morning, we knew there was going to be a Red Dead Redemption 3. Of course there's going to be. It'd be bigger news if you came to me and went, actually, they've canned Red Dead. They're finishing. They didn't want to do another one. That would actually be news for a discussion. Not that, they're going to make another game. Okay, brilliant. We knew that.
Yeah, bang on, mate. Bang on the money. Quite poetic as well, the way you worded that. Lovely, mate. But that is it for our Rockstar little deep dive. So moving very swiftly on, because that was quite long.